Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome back once again to, yes, another Saturday morning and coffee with HDR. First of all, let me know if my audio is coming through okay. Um, I had some computer issues for whatever reason. It's pretty bad when a computer guy has computer issues. But, you come up here and I sat down in the studio here. It's like, what is going on with that computer? But I don't know what's going on with it, but I'll fix that later on. So, anyway, is the audio working? All good. Thank you, Jeffrey, very much. I appreciate that. Good morning to you, Jeff Rice. Good morning also to you, Chuck. Uh, Jerry, good morning to you. Dusty in the Wind, HDAV Traveler, Tennessee Wingman, Daniel S., Rocky J., Chuck, Harley 103. Good morning to everybody there in the HDR. We call it the HDR Nation, right? All of you guys are part of the group, and you're here each and every Saturday morning to enjoy a little bit of coffee with HDR. And I hope I can bring you something new and exciting this morning. We're going to talk about a couple things here today. But as you can see, it's a different camera shot right now because, like I said, I'm working off of a laptop. So who knows? Maybe it'll be better. I don't know. But I was able to get the microphone hooked up. That's good. I was able to get the webcam hooked up. So that's a positive note. So good morning, Payne's Rides. So yeah, I was able to get everything hooked up. I don't know what's wrong with this other computer. This is really bugging me. But I'm going to let the mouse try to charge it a little bit. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of strange, but it's computers, man. It's technology. That's the way life goes, right, with technology. So, um, but anyway, how's everybody been doing this week? Hopefully everything's going good. How's the drone going, Daniel asked. Daniel, the drone is going amazing. I took it out to the lake. What day was that on? A couple days ago. I don't really remember what day it was. Thanks, HDAV Traveler. Be the Rider PA. Good morning to you. See, I took the drone out the other day to Cross Creek Park, and I did some experimentation out there with it and did some flying. I'm still not one of those drone pilots, well, I don't even classify myself as a drone pilot. Maybe a drone newbie. How about that? Like a newbie drone guy. So I put it up, and I'm still very leery of flying it out. Like, I see guys fly it out over water. I watch a guy called Philadelphia Drone Pilot or Philadelphia Drone something. He's a pretty interesting guy. He's a little hard to stomach the way he talks for a long period of time. But he puts his drone up in Philadelphia, right downtown where he lives, like in a house in row houses, right? He puts it up, and he flies it all the way over to New Jersey. Like, he can't even see this thing anymore. Because, like, he's down on the street, and he launches it straight up. And it gets to the point where it gets so far out there that he can't even see it. Not see it, but it lost connection to the controller. And I was telling this HDR about this the other day. We were taking a ride in the car, and I said, all of a sudden, he's standing there, he's like, please come back, please come back. And the drone is smart enough to turn around and come back and find its controller. So that was pretty awesome. So, Daniel, if you're asking, how's it going? It's going, but it's very slow because I'm scared to really launch the drone out there and trust the equipment enough to say it will come back, right? So, anyway, with that said, Harley 103, how are the nasty tornadoes up by you? Harley 103, okay. Yeah, who's getting the tornado hits? Harley 103, we hope everything's okay in your neck of the woods. And we hope you're doing fine there. Rocky J, my drone keeps hiding in the trees and weeds on me. Yeah, I have not tried to fly the drone into like the trees or in the woods yet. That's kind of scary to me. Because everybody on here has seen the video, obviously, of the acquisition, how Bronco Ride sent that thing to me, and you don't want to lose something. It's one thing if you I don't know, if you just go and buy something and you lose it, that's one thing. But if somebody gifts something to you, you really, really take care of it. And I'm really babying my drone. I bring her home, and as soon as I get home, I put her little batteries on the charger, and I get them all charged up. So, but that's just me. I want to take really good care of this equipment. So, you'd end up losing it. See, Daniel, that could be me. I mean, I could lose it. I don't want to lose it, especially when you're flying over water. Which, guys, flying over water, when you see these videos that I created the other day, and the videos actually that are coming out, you'll see that they come out. There's no commercials on them. Good morning, the Badgers. Nice to have you on board this morning, man. Good to see you guys. But the what was I saying? Back up here a little bit. Flying over water is just very dramatic and very beautiful in how it looks. And I got some really good video. The video's coming out. You'll see when I do produce a drone video, you'll notice that they're not monetized. Okay, there's many reasons for that. Those of you that have the drones, you understand what the reasoning is. Those of you who don't have the drones, I'm not going to get into that, because if you want to see anything about drone licensing, look that up on YouTube. I've been watching hundreds of videos on it. So I just haven't. You won't see the drone videos in any motorcycle videos. I'm not going to use it for that right now. So because I feel that I'm still too new at it, and I just want to get the control of this drone first before I introduce the motorcycle into that package, right? So one camera at a time. I always tell everybody. People say, HDR, how do I start motovlogging? I always tell everybody, one camera at a time. Don't start out and you buy 4 cameras, put them all over your motorcycle, you turn them all on, and you ride. Because the next thing you do, you say, HDR, how do I edit 4 different videos together? And people get stuck with that stuff. So anyway, good morning, Bodine52. Nice to see you in there this morning. Jakester, good morning. Jarvis Biker, good morning. Road Glide Andy, good morning to you. Steve, Street Glide Steve, good morning. It looks like today is going to be one of those wet, dreary, rainy days here in Pennsylvania, and I just think that's what's coming up. That's what's going to be delivered to us today, is what they're saying. And I'm still trying to deal with one camera. See, Payne's Rise is dealing with one camera. So as I told you, and I got to remember, the chat is, you guys are just a couple seconds behind me. But the one thing I have to remember is the delay. But as I was saying, with one camera, that's the best place to start motovlogging, guys. One camera. Get that one camera down. Get your audio drilled down. And then you can start introducing more cameras, more angles, and doing different things. I think with motovlogging, the biggest thing is everybody's trying it, and everybody's trying to figure it out. How to be very unique, right? How to be unique in your videos. How to produce something that nobody else is producing. I seen a VAM video the other day. Forgive me, I don't remember whose it was. You know if you're on here. And I commented because every place that they talk to somebody, they put their YouTube name up. Something that little when you're editing, it takes more time, but it presents so much better. And I commented, I said, your camera work was great. The editing was amazing. And adding those names were the kicker to that video. So, but you'll find your way. Good morning to Road Glide Andy. Still trying to figure out how to get that clip of you. Road Glide Andy, I can help you with that later on today if you got time. I can jump on your machine there and we'll figure it out and pull that clip off. Has to be later because I have Mr. Chad coming over today. I've already been in contact with him this morning. And I told him, I do HDR, Coffee with HDR every Saturday morning. And I said, look, guys, I said, if you don't mind, I said, can you come over at 9:30? If you come over at 9, that would be pushing it right after the show. And then you got to rush out to the garage. So he said 9:30 would be fine, but he's coming over today. We are putting 12-inch handlebars on the old Road Glide. So I think that's going to make it a lot more easier. Not really easier to handle. I don't think I'm doing it for that. I'm doing it for the comfort. So I want to get my hands up, if I can get my hands up here, straight out in front of me, right? Kind of like this. I want to get them more straight up. Not up here, but we just took that long trip, and I told Miss Asia I was getting that shoulder droop again. After 200 miles, your shoulders start to hurt. So I want to get those handlebars more straight out in front of me. So there you go. Harley Moonrider, good morning to you too, sir. Windrow Therapy, good morning. If I didn't catch you guys in there. Ozarks HD Riders, good morning. And Jump. Jermaine, good morning. Jamon, Steve, good morning. Can't wait to see the new bars. Yeah, so I can't either. And remember, I did that video a while back. If you guys watched it, I'm sure you did, about working on your motorcycle and motorcycle anxiety. Guys, I got anxiety this morning. Guys and girls out there, you know, it's a big deal, man. Taking all those wires off, taking the handlebars apart. I trust Chad. He did all of his own work on his motorcycle. He said, "Hey, HDR's no sweat, man." He said, "We'll do that." When he said, "You'll do that," he said, "He's going to be here to coach. He wants me to do the bulk of the work," which is fine. I want to learn. Then maybe one day I can help one of you guys. If you're in town, you want to redo your bars, pull in my garage and we'll whip them out. So we'll see how this goes today. So, Badgers, thanks, man. Yeah, hit that thumbs up, man. Give me a big old thumbs up here this morning, and you will like the new bars. Thanks, HD. I hope so. I mean, they're not LA choppers. I wanted the bars that have come out and have the 90-degree angles, but everybody said they're a nightmare to wire. So I got the regular, more curvature bars. I think they're Dragster bars. I think the company Drag something makes those, and they're very nice. So I got new hand grips, so that's going on today. I'm pretty excited. This is a pretty big day for the HDR garage. Hey, when I do my Kentucky trip, can I stay over Friday night? Can I be a guest on Coffee with HDR on Saturday morning? Paige writes, if I had a guest room, man, I would put everybody up. I would be on that thing. What's that thing called? Bunka Biker. I would be registered. If we had a guest room, that'd be awesome, man. I would love to have you stay with me one night. And you could definitely be a guest on Coffee with HDR. Look at it this way, guys. I left the Diet Coke guy be a guest on Coffee with HDR when we were on our trip together. Remember Bodine 52? Yeah, he doesn't drink coffee. So it had to be coffee and Diet Coke with HDR. That doesn't even sound good. It doesn't roll off your tongue. So, let's see. Not too bad. We wrote there. Harley 103, yes, I am putting on 12-inch bars today. We found that, I found looking on the internet, and don't ever ask a question on Facebook groups, right? The Facebook motorcycle groups. I thought, I talked about this on video before. I thought that those Facebook groups were actually something where you can ask a question, right? And sometimes people ask stupid questions, but I teach, so there can never be a stupid question, right? But here's the question that came up the other day was, and this comes up often, which I don't understand, but what should my tire pressures be in my 2020 Road Glide Special? What should the tire pressure be in my 2020 Road Glide Special? So I'm going to let this chat room catch up to me, and I want you to start putting those in there before I give you that answer. Windrow Therapy, Hazelnut Coffee with HDR. Oh, man, perfect. What's for breakfast? This morning I actually made egg whites with peppers. We've been using the multicolored peppers, and I made bacon. So that was breakfast this morning. Did you guys visit Will through time? Daniel asked. Daniel, we did not. We did not visit Will's through time. When we came through there, they were closed. And that's disheartening for me, and the guys knew it because this is the second time I've been in that area. And the first time we were in Cherokee, North Carolina for 2 days. Now, if you've ever been to Cherokee, North Carolina, it is right down the road from where Will's Through Time is, Maggie Valley. I mean, literally, it's like a 15-minute ride. And me and Mrs. HDR didn't even know it existed back then, right? So we did not go. And this time we drove by it. I seen where it was. It's a big, big place, and but it was closed, so we did not stop. And that is disheartening to me. I've been planning a trip. I looked from here, from my house, it's 520 miles. So I still have a couple more weeks off of work. So I was thinking, and I told Miss HR she don't want to go, but just jump on the bike, and I don't know if I can find anybody else to go or not. Harley 103, you hit it. You nailed it on the head. Harley 103, 36 and 40, read your manual. See Bodine 52, don't ever get on the Facebook groups because that's what people answer. Read your damn manual. Read your manual. What are you, stupid? It's also on the frame of the bike. If you look on the frame, it'll tell you the tire pressures on the frame, just like your car. People like try to, I get amazed at when I pull into a tire thing, like at a gas station, people are laying on the ground trying to see the pressure with their flashlight. I said, just open your car door. It's right on the car door body of the car. So they put a sticker on there. But yes, it is 36 in the front, 40 in the back. So you're right. Dusty in the Wind, you are absolutely right. And good morning, Dusty in the Wind. Smyrna Cowboy, good morning, sir. I didn't see you guys sneak in there. Steve, good morning. But yes, the pressure is also on the frame of the car, of the motorcycle. So, but it is 36 in the front and 40 in the rear. Getting back to some of that Facebook stuff, you know, one time the guy said, what kind of oil should I use on my motorcycle? Now, Bodine would tell you read the manual. And I would tell you I have the manual. I don't take a wrench out of my toolbox unless I open that manual up on the iPad and I scroll through what I'm going to do and I read it first to make sure I know the steps. Some people don't have the manual. Some people just want to help, right? You know, I created a YouTube channel before. Remember, I have one called 4-2 Techno Man. And I'm going to put that in the chat there in case anybody wants to look it up sometime here later on. But it's 4-2 Techno Man. Okay? That's on YouTube. So I'm going to throw that in the chat there. And I created that channel back in like 2005, 2006, sometime in there. It's got like 22,000 some subscribers on it, okay? And I created that channel because I wanted to help other people. So I started doing photography videos and Photoshop videos. And I have touched, and people have commented back, and I used to have a couple people that actually drove here from other states because they wanted to go out and take pictures with me. Not pictures of me, but we went out and did photo shoots, like in the woods, at a lake, you know, of their car, just to give them an idea of how to use their camera better. And then I taught the editing portion of it. But I never allowed anybody to post something on there. Somebody say, well, that was just stupid. That's a dumb question. That's not right, guys. If somebody posts something on Facebook and you have an answer, like Bodine will tell you, I know he's seen a lot of my answers on Facebook. And I give them my true opinion of stuff. And one guy said about the guy with what kind of oil should I put in there? And the guy put in there slippery. That's just not right. You know, people are looking for help. And we don't know what walk of life these people come from. We don't know where they come from. But they're asking for your help, right? So anyway, I think I beat that dog into the ground enough, right? Need a video on how to hook up a MacBook Air to 2 monitors. And I was telling Mrs. HDR that the other day. We were talking and a little bit about Peter Ryder PA put that in there about hooking a Mac up. And I feel that there's a lot of you guys, and I know because a lot of people email me, a lot of people call me, because you know what I do for a living, right? I teach technology for a living. And not only that, I teach technology online, and I teach different subjects online. So I told her, I said, wouldn't it be nice if I'm able to give back to my community, to the community, the motor vlogging community, instead of just me riding around on motorcycles talking about, you know, this and that, the trees and the grass, and, you know, I put new pipes on my bike, or my bike has, you know, I don't know, a new tail light. Wouldn't it be better coming from me, since I have the knowledge in my brain here, to share with all of you, like, editing tips, how to find music clips, how to use multiple clips on your editing, you know, how to put an audio track in and delete another audio track. I helped somebody the other day because I listened to their video, and when they were talking, it was in my left ear, and when their wife was talking, it was in my right ear. Well, you can fix that in post-production with a click of the mouse, guys. And maybe I need to give some of that back to the community. Maybe I need to put some of that on my motovlogging channel. You know, it couldn't hurt to help. Instead of, like, especially in the wintertime, because all winter, if you watch my videos, and I get this a lot, and Bodine will tell you, myself and Bodine are pretty good at what's called stacking videos. I don't know if you do that or not. But stacking a video is you go out in October and November and you record your butt off. I mean, you record, you'll go out for a 15-mile ride coming up with 4 videos. It's easy to do that. 4 totally different subjects, right? You don't date them. You don't say, hey, today is Tuesday, October the 28th, 2021. Don't do that. Just say, hey, good afternoon. This is blah, blah, and this is my YouTube channel, and do a video. Well, we stack those. So what happens is all winter long, you're seeing videos coming out of myself and Bodine. The trees are green. People are fishing. You'll see one that came out last winter. If you go back and look at mine, somebody was mowing the grass. And I'm not going to lie about that. Like, oh, man, it's middle of winter and they're mowing the grass. That's pretty stupid. I'm not going to do that. So maybe instead of doing that, maybe I need to bring you guys some tips, right? What I've been learning about YouTube, what I've been learning. And the YouTube subject in itself, I'll get to that one day in the video. I have a lot to tell you about that whole YouTube debacle, I think it is. I hate when anybody says, you didn't get picked up by the algorithm. The algorithm must pick you up, and then you'll get promoted out there. Why? Why can't our videos? And the other day I just found out, guys, if I subscribe to your channel, and if I don't watch every video that you have come out, sooner or later your channel will no longer come on my subscription page. So you post a new video, you think it's getting hit by all your subs? That's not true. It's only getting hit by maybe 15% of your subs that watch all your videos. So think of that stuff. But Dusty in the Wind said, the only dumb question is a question not asked. Dusty, you're exactly right. And I tell my students all the time, my students are great young people. I can actually say right now they're great young men because we have no females in our program. We don't know why that is. Females should be in the computer industry because they can go very, very, very far. I had a couple of females work for me before, and they were amazing technologists. So, I think technology is for everybody, right? Every walk of life uses technology. But anyway, yeah. So I do get tired of the whole not being able to see all your videos come up on my YouTube channel. I didn't know it worked that way. So, but yeah, I get tired of that. I'm way overblown with the whole analytic thing. Watch your analytics, click through versus impressions versus, but nobody tells you how to get that up. Nobody tells you how to fix that, right? Everybody just tells you the problem. We know the problem. So, but maybe this will help you guys. Payne's Ride, because HDR is the teacher. There you go, Payne's Rides. I was just going back to say, HDR, you get a lot of emails. Now I see why you haven't answered my second email about your meetup in February. HD Traveler, yeah, I haven't answered that one. I think that's the one you sent me about Chicago. You were talking about, or Detroit. So lucky for me, Bodine 52 lives in Michigan. So he knows the Chicago area. He knows Detroit. He knows the airport. So that's going to help us. So I'll get back to you on that one. I will. I did read it. Windroad Therapy, I know the feeling. It has rained every day since getting back from BAM, except for yesterday. Huh. How about that? Yeah, the rain has just been horrible. And, I can't even get my boat. You guys know I bought a boat last year, right? It's a fishing boat. It's not a yacht. I mean, it's our vessel. We like it, I like the boat. I don't like the work that goes involved in the boat. There's a lot of work. People think, well, you have a boat. You just pull it out there, drop it in the water, and you go fishing. Yeah, that's what I used to think, too. That is not true at all. Thanks, HDAB Traveler. I appreciate that, man. You don't know how much that comment just meant to me, man. I appreciate that. Where you know that I'm pretty busy. Even in the summer, I've been keeping very busy. But, yeah, there is too much rain this year. Florida during the rainy hurricane season. Well, I can tell you guys, and I don't know if I told you, but on our vacation, we were supposed to go to Key West, Florida. When we left Bodine and Bronco Ride and their wives, myself and Miss H.R. were originally heading to Key West, Florida. That was our mission. Until the tropical storm, depression, hurricane, whatever was coming up, And it was like, well, no, we're not going to do that. Because why would we want to go there and ride around the motorcycle in hurricane rains for 3 days? So we said no. So with that said, Pan's right, boats, a hole in the water to drop your money into. Here's the trouble with my boat is, we bought the boat. It's an older boat. It was made in the 80s or something. I don't know. I've been looking at boats, and some people still have boats on the water made in the 60s and 70s. So, but the trailer needs some attention. It's to me, as far as I can see, it's physically sound or mechanically sound, except for the lights. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But it has a lot of surface rust on it. And here's my trouble. Anybody out there that owns a boat, how do you take your boat off your trailer at your house so you can work on the trailer? That's what we're trying to figure out now. If we get the boat off the trailer, trying to work on that trailer underneath of a boat is pretty hard. It's really a pain. Roguelite Andy says, I personally follow the KISS rule. Try not to get wrapped up in all the stats. Think of the fun out of it. Yep, you're right, Roguelite Andy. That's exactly the way you should think of it. So, hey, Blacktop Devil, good morning. I see your name popping up in there. Chuck, good morning to you. Send some of that rain our way. We are in extreme drought here in South Dakota. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, Chuck. We would love to send our rain your way. But it's just not, I don't know, it won't go away. I can't make it, push it out of here. Let's go back to that boat trailer. So my neighbor down the street told me, he says, well, HDR, because everybody in my neighborhood calls me HDR because that's just what they know me by. And, well, it could be because I have all those big letters on front of my garage, and they don't even know, they think that's our name, like Mr. and Mrs. HDRs. You know how you put that little placard on the front of your house? He said, when you pull that boat down and you drop her in the water, do you unplug your lights and let them cool off a little bit before you put them in the water? And I said, well, no, sir. He's an older gentleman. I said, no, sir, I didn't know to do that. He said, you experience a lot of light bulb blowouts? I said, yeah, every time we bring the boat home, the lights aren't working. He said, that's because they're hot. They're incandescent lights. And when you pull them down in there, that cold water hits that plastic casing, and it blows that hot bulb. And it does, it shatters them. So I was a little smarter. So I bought Custom Dynamic boat LED lights. That's not true. Custom Dynamic doesn't make boat LED lights. I bought LED lights off of Amazon.com. The whole kit, I got to rewire the whole trailer, put my new LED brake lights on, and marker lights on the side of the trailer. But I got to get that boat off that trailer. That would be cheap. That would be the best. It's cheap to rent a boat than to own a store one. Ozarks, the only thing about renting a boat, buddy, and I'm not disagreeing with you because we rented a couple pontoon boats before. The only thing I hate renting a boat about is, guys, you get out there, the fishing's hot, right? You get on some fishing, you're banging these fish out. Oh, it's 2 hours. I got to get this boat back into the dock because it's going to be another $100 for the next hour. That's why I wanted to buy my own boat. We can go out there and we can fish from morning and we can fish all night long. Matter of fact, right now we're looking, I told Miss H there, I'm looking for a canopy. Henry, my buddy, a lot of you have seen Henry on my videos. He asked me too about getting a canopy for the top of the boat and being able to have a little sun shield, sort of to kind of protect us from all the heat. Harley Want to See 3 says, oh, look at this. Let me see here. I'm going to bring up some of these comments here. Unplug the wiring harness when you get to the ramp. They will be cool by the time you hit the water. Yeah, and we actually have the staging area at the lake that we go to right now. Anyway, I don't know about the other lakes we want to go to. We pull the boat up. We do this. We put the trolling motor on the front. We hook the batteries up. We get all the fishing gear in there, get everything prepared for the boat. Get the hand line hooked onto the boat so you can hold it right when you drop it off the trailer. That is where I should have been unplugging my lights in, and I didn't know. I didn't know. I mean, sometimes you just don't know. But thank you for that. I do appreciate that too. They do for Colin's boat glide. Harley Moonrider. So Custom Dynamics makes it for Colin's boat. Colin's bike is so lit up, guys. I was in the lead one day when we were riding together, and you look in the mirror, and all you see is that lit up front end. I mean, it's like lit up front end. It's pretty awesome to see that. Um, Get yourself some long straps and a couple of come-alongs and hang the boat from the rafters in your garage. Dusty in the wind, thank you. I was wondering if we could do that. Do you think ratchet straps would hold that boat? I guess if I buy them big enough. I told Miss HR, if we back the boat in the garage on the trailer, ratchet strap, all we have to do is get it high enough. It doesn't have to be all the way to the rafters. Just get it high enough off that trailer to pull that trailer out and just leave it hang there, right? I think it'd be okay. I wish I had some 4x4s also to put under it or something, maybe, or maybe a couple jacks. If I could find some jacks just to take some pressure off the rafters. It's a new garage. It should be okay. But thank you for that. I appreciate that, Dusty in the wind. That helps a lot. Because we discussed that. I didn't know if that was feasible to do that. So maybe you bought drain from AM. Oh, I wrote there. Tennessee Wingman, good morning to you also. Hey, nice to have everybody in there this morning. Very, very good. So I'm going to put a question up here on the screen. Let me see if I can. I got to delete all these from last week's show. From the fireside chat with the boys. Get rid of all these questions here. This is going to be a question for everybody out there. And if you do not live under a rock, you know what I'm talking about. So let's see here. This is a question for everybody. Better start right. Let's see here for a second. Hold on. Okay, here's a question for everybody right now. I'll look at the comments and see what's going on here. We'll let this roll for a little bit because I know you're a little bit behind. Rent a boat slip, take it back home and get her done. Hey, Brett, that's another idea that we had too, is take it to the lake and drop it and tie it off. Leave somebody, or take Henry to the lake, drop it, and let him go fishing with it. You could buy a couple of 4x4s and put them on the floor to the rafters on each side of the boat for support. But it'd probably be cheaper to buy a new tree. Yeah, with 4x4s, the price of the wood. I have a set of rails off a pontoon boat trailer. Do you think, cool, road glide Andy, that might, maybe, I don't know, they're rounded, but do you think maybe we can set them on the floor and have that boat sat on there? I don't know. I've been jostling to get back in the dirt after all the road riding I've been doing. I'm going in the storms this weekend. Just checking that out. So anyway, that's the question there up on your screen. If you're not looking, what do you think of the new Harley-Davidson Sportster S? I've been watching a lot of people's comments on that, a lot of commentary. One guy's videos are pretty good. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty good, but what he does is he just brings up pictures of the motors. Like, he didn't go demo it or anything. Or I want somebody to go out there and demo the thing. Tell me what it rides like, what it feels like under your butt. So let me hear this answers to this question. Can you make sure the videotape this entire boat off the trailer thing? Bodine, I probably won't do that because I don't usually record. You know how that is. I don't want to record something that's going to go horribly wrong because that can go very horribly wrong. So the Sporster S looks badass fun. Dusty in the Wind says that. Okay, so it looks fun. I am shocked and excited with what HD is doing around the new engine panes, what I said. So that's another good thought. With that new 1250 engine that they're working with, I mean, it's the same engine that they just put on the Pan American. So I think they're mass producing this engine now. They're getting this engine ready to roll out on different style bikes. I think you're going to see it on even more bikes coming up. Um, Looks like a young man's bike. Harley Moonrider, I think you have a very good point about that. It does look like kind of a young. I mean, that's what Harley's been going after for how many years now, right? They've been going after that younger market, trying to figure out how in the world can we get younger riders to buy our motorcycles. Well, I think the design is right, the intent is right. I don't know if the $14,000 is right. Maybe it is. I think they should have kept it the same price as the Sportster. And I know it's a better engine, but or is it? We don't know yet. It hasn't been tested and proven, such as the engine that was on the Sportster, the 1200. But that's the questions I have in my mind: is why couldn't they left that price point at $8,000-9,000, so younger people could walk in a Harley store and buy a brand new motorcycle, right? Brand new design, brand new motorcycle. I think you'd hit all the nails on the head. But they went with $14,000, I think, or $14,999 is the base price. And I don't know. I mean, will people buy it? Sure. Would I like to have one? If somebody brought one over and said, "Hey, please demo this bike for us, and we'll give it to you." Yeah, I would love to have the motorcycle. I think it's a great. It's a different style of bike. Would I buy one? No. I think for the solo rider, if you're a solo guy, you're going out, you're going to putz around town on it or something. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, a really cool bike. So, I don't know. Toby, your audio sounds different today. Sounds more like you were on a cell phone. It shouldn't. I should be on this microphone right here. Let me double check here and make sure I am on this microphone. Audio. Yes, I am on this microphone. Yeah, it should be fine. But anyway, I am on a different computer this morning. My main computer took a dive. I don't know what's wrong with it. Might just be old and died. Might have to buy a new one. Who knows? 14K is a good chunk of change, but the pay is going up at McDonald's so they can afford it. Be the rider pay. I don't know if anybody at McDonald's is going to buy a motorcycle. I couldn't tell you that for sure. So anyway, I don't know. I can't hear Moon audio, obviously, so I don't know what it sounds like. Nobody's been really complaining, Toby, so I guess it's okay. Let's see. Is it raining outside? Not yet. Not here anyway. It's supposed to rain later today. It has everything that a touring bikes have. Okay, so where did I just see that? Doug said that. Doug said this right here. It has everything that a touring bike has. I guess they did put turn-by-turn navigation on it. And did you notice? Did anybody notice? And don't get mad at me for saying this, but Indian came out with a new Scout something or some kind of Scout, but they put a new rounded odometer, digital odometer on it with the GPS built into that odometer. Did you see what Harley just put on that new Sporster S? It's the same exact, down to the T, odometer. It's digital and it has a GPS built into it. So, I don't know. Maybe the two companies are coming together finally saying, well, what do people want? $5,000 more than the Indian Triumph, but hands down, it's many more standard options. Oh, the audio's off. The audio is off. I can't hear my own audio, so I don't know, guys, what the audio is doing, but I'm sorry about that. I'm using a different laptop this morning. So anyway, it's the best I can do right now. Oh, it sounds like the rain is hitting the window. That's actually my air conditioner running. That's what that is running right there, is the air conditioner. So let me see here, guys. Let me see. And I know this is going to introduce a lot more noise. Check this out. Check this audio out here, and let's see what happens. It says analog sound, echo cancellation on, automatic. Let's turn this off. All right. So does that sound any better? Maybe. Let's see here. Let me turn this up a little bit. We'll turn it down a little bit. Let's try that. Maybe turn off that automatic gain on there. Does that sound any better at all? Ozark says audio is good there. We can still hear you fine. Good. Okay, so I'm not going to mess with it. Like I said, I'm on a different computer. I'm on a laptop this morning. Bob told me on our vacation, he said, well, the show must go on, and that's exactly what I live by. When I tell you guys I'm going to be here at 8 o'clock Saturday morning, I got like 4 or 5 laptops and a desktop in this house. I will be on the air with you somehow. It might not be exactly the same as it was last week, audio or video. I do like this shot better, though, coming across here. I think it looks nicer. Do something like that. There we go. But anyway, for Harley-Davidson to catch the younger generation, they need to be more price competitive. Audio is good on the Roku. Thanks, Smarty Cowboy. I appreciate you. I'm glad it's coming across there. Windrow Therapy said you are clear. Thank you very much. Okay, so if you're having trouble, maybe restart the stream, maybe restart your computer at home. Maybe that has something to do with it. Take that off of there. Let's see if I can type this right. Okay, so here's another question for everybody out there. We love questions here in the studio. So, all the gear, all the time. ATGATT. Thanks, because Bodine, thank you very much. I'm glad you said that, man. That means a lot. Miss HR has been really worried about myself, Bodine, and Colin. She said, did you guys have a bromance breakup? And I said, what do you mean, hon? She goes, you haven't talked to them guys in 2 days. She said, something's off. Something's not quite right. And I said, they're very busy. I'm very busy. And we just have not communicated for a couple of days. So it was not a bromance breakup. Anyhow. Let's see. Yeah, Smarty Cowboy, congratulations, man. You got that new Spider. I've seen some pictures. Very excited for you. You found the one you wanted. You got the color you wanted. Man, that's an awesome machine. Awesome machine. So, anyway, so this is the next question here is all the gear, all the time. So, do you find yourself wearing everything you're supposed to wear? I watched Ty from Tennessee's recent video, and he was talking a lot about anxiety after a motorcycle accident and how to get back on the bike slowly. And he gave a lot of good pointers. But he talked about that, and he said he was in a major motorcycle crash, right, with a car. And he still doesn't wear all the gear all the time. Like, he had his tennis shoes on, his blue jeans. And now there's way another side of that. I seen a couple going down the road yesterday. The guy had sandals on and shorts and a T-shirt. And the woman's on the back with him. And she had on flip-flops, shorts, and a tank top. So I would guess that would say none of the gear, none of the time. But anyway. Doing great. Freckles. Oh, good. Good, man. I'm glad that motorcycle is doing good. Yeah, I was really impressed with it. Really happy to see that. So anyway, what else can we talk about today? So nobody really answered this question. Of course, it's probably just coming out there to you now. So been riding, so I haven't been on the road yet. Videos will be coming out soon. Sparta, we'll be waiting for those, man. We've been waiting for the rebirth of the Sparta Cowboy to get these videos out there. Okay, Harley 103, thank you. Thank you very much. No, not all the time. I do have a video to put together of the Tour Master jackets that was actually sent to us. So it's a product spot. And I know a lot of you don't watch product spots, and I don't even know how to make an interesting product spot. But when you do any of this stuff with any of these companies out there, and they send you something, and they don't tell you to do a great review. They don't tell you even have to do a good review. And I tell them when I take a product, I'm going to do an honest review. If I don't like your product, then I don't like it. It's something I just don't need or don't use. I've turned down products. I had a company that said, will you please get this. Look at this gray beard. They said, would you please consider, we've been watching your videos and we really love your stuff. You have a great following. Would you please consider wearing our wristwatches and modeling them on your motorcycle? It's like, what? Who do you think I am? You know, I'm not this like actor or something. I don't have that face for modeling or hands for modeling. I don't know if you can see my hands anymore. They're still kind of tan, right? I don't have a wristwatch. I don't even wear a wrist. I wear an Apple Watch because it goes with my phone and it does a lot of neat things with my phone. But I don't wear a wristwatch anymore. And these things were like gold and silver and very, very high-end watches they wanted to send me. And so I just told them I declined, right? Don't take everything for free because it's free. That's what I'm saying. Someone wants to send you a product, you're going to use it, and you're interested in it. Something you needed, such as those jackets, was something we actually needed to have. It was time to get new jackets. So we wore those on our recent trip, So you get over 1,000 miles in the jackets, and then you do the product review, right? You don't get it in the mail, open out the package, and it's not even broken yet. You're like, oh, yes, the most wonderful jacket in the world. It's got stuff in the elbows. And it's got liners. And don't do that. That's not right. So, helmet, gloves, jacket, jeans, and boots, 100% of the time. Smart and cowboy. Helmet, jacket, gloves, jeans, and boots, 100% of the time. Pink's Adventures, man. Good video. That last video you had was good. I sent you a great comment back there, and I really appreciated your video. Pink's Adventures has a really great way of cutting audio into their videos. And I know we all do it, right? We have what's called, Bob says it's called B-roll. Bob has a trick for doing B-roll. He told us on our trip. So in front of your camera, when your camera's there, he does this. And I know. Bodine 52 has a lot of interesting thoughts. He does that in front of the camera. So what that's telling him is this is B-roll, right? So he knows that that's a B-roll footage. And Pink's Adventures, man, thank you so much for doing that video. And they do. He does a lot of talking, and they talk back and forth. And then they actually do put audio clips to their B-roll footage. So, the big thing with the YouTube video that I look for when people say, hey, can you maybe give me some advice on my YouTube video? Bodine asked that before, and I gave him advice. This is years ago, before he was a YouTube star that he is today. It was at the birth of Bodine 52, at the earlier years. Back when I met him with 9 subs. See, we've been friends for a while. Roguelite Andy asked me for help. Be the Rider PA asked me for help. Well, and I don't mind giving help and advice, but the first thing I ask you is, can you take criticism? Can you take constructive criticism? If you can't, then I can't help you. Because as soon as I say something negative, you're going to turn me off and you're going to be mad. And I don't want to help anybody that's going to be mad. I'm going to tell you the truth about something. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think, and I'm going to try to help you. Here's two pieces of advice I'm going to give you. There happens to be, and myself and Bob and Colin talked about this female. We had her on the show, on the Fireside Chat with the Boys. She's doing extremely well. She does motorcycle-related type content, camping videos, blah, blah, blah. Her only downfall, and Bob has called her up and told her this, is that you don't do voiceovers. If you can't get audio in your microphone when you're on the motorcycle, don't do a motovlog video, right? Just forget it. Because the greatest gift that you're giving to other motovloggers that's watching you is trying to do the same thing they're doing as far as audio. How many of you have not got good audio in your microphone, in your helmet? Here's another thing you don't get. And I learned this early on. People would tell me this. Everybody wants to hear your motorcycle. They don't want to get home and be watching a video. Well, this is when we were going down the road. And we turned left right here. We turned left. And then we rode down Interstate Highway 88 to this campground. Yeah, that's us setting our tent up. Look at us. We're setting our tent up. And we got the poles. And people don't want to. That's not a moto vlog, right? That's a commentary. That's not even associated with motovlogging. So no voiceovers. The next thing is, and everybody will tell you on here, many of you will tell you on here, is, Toby, many of I have spoken about AGT. I'm going to bring this up first because, like I said, sometimes I talk and we're a little bit behind. Many I've spoken to, GATT, all the gear all the time. Others gear up with a helmet and gloves, but everything else depends on where they are going. Ours depends on where we are going, what the weather is, and where we're riding. If myself and Miss H are on a highway, we're wearing all the gear all the time. Now, do I think a high-speed crash is going to be any less painful or more painful than a very low-speed crash on the back roads? And most back roads, we travel 50, 60 mile an hour anyway. No. Do I think there's more of a chance of you getting ran over by a tractor trailer truck on the highway than on the back road? Yeah, about 98% more chance you getting ran over by a tractor trailer truck on the highway. So if you have all the gear on and the tractor trailer truck runs over you, your chances of survival are probably going to be greater than 70%. Okay, give or take. We're a car just merging. We almost had a car merge into us because of these cell phones that people want to use. They want their face in a cell phone. They want to drive. No, either A, you're on your phone, or B, you're driving. You're not doing both at the same time. The girl came right on the on ramp, and good thing I was really watching. Because I used my emergency braking. I didn't lock the bike up, but I slowed the bike down immediately, and she cut right in front of us. If I would have been going normal speed, she would have taken us right out because she was obviously. We watched her; she was looking at her cell phone. So, do I think that all motorcyclists should be able to carry guns and shoot tires out of people like that? Absolutely. I think it would be a service to drivers everywhere if we could just shoot people's tires off that's on cell phones. That would be a great idea. So. Just my thought. But anyway, I think when you get in the car, honestly, your cell phone should deactivate. The only thing that should work on that cell phone is the GPS. Everything else should not work on that phone. And until they get that law, there's going to be more people getting killed on the roads. So back to the gear. On back roads, we have less chances of getting ran over by a tractor trailer truck, but you do have more chances of getting ran over by a deer or an elk. We've seen elk on our trip. So that's just some of the stuff I'm thinking about. Gun safety by HDR. You're right, Bodine. Right, it's gun safety. Hey, I've seen it before. But anyway. This is what we've seen. I was trying to think of the name of it. Myself and Miss HDR was riding through, I think it was either Arkansas or Alabama. Armadillos. She was just so impressed by all the armadillos that was crushed on the road. No, she wasn't impressed that the armadillos got killed. That's kind of morbid. She was just impressed that there was armadillos, and we look and you'd see the little shell and that little tail sticking out. Awesome. I couldn't agree more. Cell phone users take too many of us out. Ozark, you are exactly right. Georgia state law for cell phones and driving. Toby, we have state laws here too. State laws are only good if you enforce them. That's the only way a state law would be worthwhile. It's not worth a piece of garbage when you can be driving, talking on your cell phone, driving, wave at the cop, and keep going because they're reading the paper, they're chewing gum, maybe they're eating lunch. They don't want to be bothered with you with a cell phone. No. If you get caught, you should be immediately pulled over. Immediately, you should be put in jail for at least 30 days. Immediately. No bond, no bail, nothing. In jail, 30 days. Your car should be impounded and your driver's license should be revoked, right? For at least 1 year. No driving privileges for 1 year because you are nothing but an idiot, okay? Idiot. To me, driving, I call it, what did I call it before? Driving under the screen, right? Like this. You're driving under the screen. You might as well be drunk, high, intoxicated. You might as well be drinking a fifth of whiskey going down the road because it's the same damn effect. So until they enforce the law, laws are garbage. I can write a law about anything. I can write a law, if you pull your car in my driveway, it's going to be a $50,000 fine. How can I enforce that? Right? So they're law. They're garbage. Toby says state law enforcement. 100%. Okay, Toby and Toby, we talk a lot, man. We talk a lot on Instagram. State law, 100% agree with you, Jack. Dusty in the wind, yeah. It's a whole tangent topic, but lawmakers are making laws they don't have to enforce. Just make a law where the car makers have to put something in that car that the cell phone gets deactivated. That is the law that you need, right? Don't trust people to do the right thing because people do not do the right thing. It's just basic human nature. As Mrs. HDR, we're going down the road, and she goes, we're doing 70, which was the speed limit, on a motorcycle. People are passing us at 80, 90 miles an hour, flying out in cars, tractor, trailer, truck. It would be better for the police departments out there not to try to enforce speed limits, because that sign should say recommended speed for your safety, 70. Recommended. You can do whatever you want, obviously, because nobody's going to stop you. So, I don't know. Pink's Adventures, let me just see here. Let me bring this up on the screen because I love this stuff when you guys throw it in the chat room. It's not just cell phones. New cars today, everything has a touch screen. Another great point. And the screen is in the middle of the car. People are looking at the screen, not the road. Pink's Adventure, man, thanks. That is an awesome statement. I wasn't even thinking about that. Mrs. HDR's new car. Okay, we've been playing around a little bit, and she hooks her iPhone up to it, and we have the iPhone screens on the touchscreen, right? And we're still trying to figure out, like, if somebody texts her, she said she wants the car to read it. Right now, you have to touch their name. You touch her name and read it. Say, so-and-so says, can you please pick up milk? Would you like to respond? Now, that's a little safer, but you still have to touch it. So Pink's Adventures, man, that hit the nail on the head. Harley 103 says, GPS is just as distracting as anything else that you'd be doing on a phone. Harley 103, I think you have another good point. You're exactly right. Let's see. Oh, wait. Okay, Toby. Toby's helped me out here this morning. Thank you, buddy. Jack, my Android has a feature, driving mode. So does my bike. But I can't turn it off on my phone if I want. But I can turn it off on my phone. And I think Be the Rider PA does that because sometimes I'll text him and it says, I get a message that says, I am driving currently. I'll answer you when I make a stop. So I think that's what you're talking about. Here's my buddy Mike Payne's Rides. This is a huge reason why I prefer to ride off-road. Yeah, that is true. Good point. Toby, this is why I hate gauges on the tank. The speedometer tank makes the rider look down. Well, Toby, if you look at my new policy for speed, recommended speed, Toby, you never have to look at your speedometer again. Go as fast, as slow as you want. I don't really care. The police aren't going to do anything. Do whatever you want. I'm just bringing some more of these up here. We're getting pretty close to shutdown time here. Tennessee Wingman, my old buddy Tennessee Wingman. I don't drive the speed limit on the interstate because cars and trucks come up behind me way too fast. It's a real danger to get rear-ended. I go 6 to 8 over. And that's kind of where I was telling Mrs. HDR also. Roguelite Andy, do you think that what we do with our camera and video stuff, we do on the motorcycle instructions? Roguelite Andy, absolutely, 100%. Couldn't agree with you more. I see these new moto vloggers. They go out, they buy a motorcycle. Say they go to the Honda dealer and they buy a Honda 350. They buy that motorcycle because they want to make YouTube videos. They've never ridden before, but they need the prop, right? Just like if you do a video about working on a car, it would be hard to do if you didn't have the car. I always say learn to ride your motorcycle first. Be very fluent with it. There's times Miss Stationer tells me, how do you remember what gear you're in when you're shifting? I said, I listen to the engine and I know every time where that bike is, what that bike is doing. So is doing motovlogging distracting? Absolutely, 100%. And Bodine told me once, I told him it was full of crap because that's how we talk to each other. We're brothers. He said he don't take phone calls on the bike because it's too distracting. I said, Bodine, how do you do videos? He goes, that's less distracting. I said, you're full of crap. Yeah, he is not. One day I'm talking on the motorcycle. I hit my little button on my Senna and I take a phone call. And I'm talking. Here's the reason. You have to think in your head what they're telling you. Like your boss. Maybe your boss. Maybe somebody calls me for a computer question, or maybe Miss HR, I'm talking to her. Now it's taking your mind off of the road, right? When you're doing a video, you're just talking kind of to yourself. So all your thoughts are your own thoughts, is what I'm saying. So is it distracting? 100%. And I'll never say that motovlogging is not distracting. So, and the selfie stick on the side when you're riding is crazy. Bodine, you are right. And I tried to get Miss HDR to do that on our trip. She goes, "You want me to hold that stick where?" And I said, like, hold it out. Like, like hold it out so we get some outside views in of us riding. And she's like, "That doesn't seem safe." I said, "I didn't say it was safe. I want the shot." And many of us motovloggers do that. It's all about the shot. Sometimes, not everybody, but sometimes we get away from doing the safe thing or doing the right thing because we want that certain look, right? I don't know. Maybe I'll leave you guys with that thought for the weekend. So I'm just trying to see here. Just a no phone guy on the bike, just me. Yeah, no, Bodine, and you're right. I mean, I'm saying you're exactly right, because before I thought, oh, you're full of crap, but you are exactly 100% right. I don't take phone calls on the bike anymore. I don't give a crap who it is. So I will give you one more thing to think about for the weekend here before I go, because I got to go get these I got to get the garage moved around a little bit. Okay. Jawan, yeah, I'm still on here, but we are getting ready to shut down there. But go back and watch the rerun of this video. That's why we keep them up there, and check it out. One thing I will tell you that was distracting with us on the trip was we looked up in the sky and we seen some rain, like in the distance. And I did start playing with my phone to bring up the weather app to look at the radar. That was absolutely wrong. I should not have done that. So I should have pulled off the side of the road, checked the radar, and seen where it was. Geared up if we needed to, or don't gear up if we didn't need to. But Nine Nels, good morning to you also, my friend. Glad to have you on board there this morning. Hog Driver 88, motovlogging can be distracting as a phone call. Think of navigating a busy intersection while you're in the middle of making a point on a video. Yeah, and a lot of times you guys will hear me coming up to an intersection, and I'll actually say, hold on, guys, I'm going to watch these cars here for a second. Right? Or I edit it out. So I hate getting somewhere blind. I make a 2-week trip out west with no GPS. When I was driving my car, okay, so my wife Mac is weather overlay on her navigation. Hey, I just found out too. I don't know if you guys watch them or not. I'm going to throw this out there to all you guys with these Harley-Davidsons, with the GPS, older GPSs as mine. Newer GPSs as Mob, I believe, have this. Mr. McStash has a video coming out today. I think he told me at 3 p.m. or maybe right after this show. So look for the video. All of the Harley-Davidsons have a weather overlay on your GPS on the bike. He sent me the video last night. We talked extensively about it. I said, dude, you're crazy, man. He is not. He just got a motorcycle. He just bought a new to him Harley. It's a 14 with the GPS like I have, and it does have a weather overlay. So check that out. Check his video out. I'm not going to tell you how to find it because I want you to watch Mr. McStash's video. Give him some love because he figured this thing out. I didn't know how to do it. I told him he was nuts. He's a great man. We talked, like I said, for quite a while last night. So check him out, and please subscribe to his channel also, Mr. McStash. Him and his wife do some amazing travel videos, amazing stuff around his town. So, and he's a veteran, and he's an amazing veteran. So, I with XM has a weather just installed it on my 2021. Yeah, but Be the Rider PA, there is a weather overlay on the Harley-Davidson GPS. All you got to do is just click it on. So, we'll watch that video today. All right, everybody, I'm going to kick out of here. I got to go move the garage around, but it's been an awesome morning. You guys make my Saturday mornings really enjoyable. And just to sit here and be able to talk to everybody. Sorry if the audio, Toby, was off a little bit. I'll figure out what's wrong with the other computer, I hope. I really hope I don't have to replace it. That's not an expense I want to put out right now, but maybe. Who knows how that's going to go down. All right. So, Toby, we will talk to everybody later. Toby, Mr. McStash, good morning. I just told everybody about your video coming out. I told them to show you some love and give you some subscriptions over there, but we are cutting out. I have to go put bars on my bike. I'm so excited. Bars on my bike. Doesn't that sound amazing? All right, we'll see everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, till next time, ride your ride. Be safe out there. Try to get away from all this rain. It's all of us. It's not just you. So I will see you next week from the beautiful HDR studios here in southwestern Pennsylvania. So long for now, and have a good day. Remember, no fireside chat with the boys tomorrow. We will be back next Sunday evening. No fireside chat with the boys tomorrow, which would be July 18th. We will be back next Sunday. Bye, everybody. Oh, the video comes out at 10 o'clock with Mr. McStash. 10 o'clock, everybody. Watch that video.